Hello, we are the Royal Parks Mission Invertebrate team, helping people to discover, celebrate and protect the important invertebrates that call London's Royal Parks home. Today, we are doing a bug hunt in Brompton Cemetery to show you some of the wonderful invertebrates that live here. Brompton Cemetery has been here for almost 200 years, and as it's a burial site, it's a peaceful and undisturbed habitat, perfect for invertebrates to thrive. The cemetery has lots of overgrown areas with tall grasses and shrubs. These are perfect sheltered hiding spots for snails, spiders and other invertebrates to hide away.
You might find some similar habitats in your local park or in a garden. So the next time you're on a walk, why not take a close look and see what invertebrates you can find? Later on in this video, we're going to be giving you a very special tour of the cave-like underground catacombs that we have here in Brompton. And these aren't usually open to the public, so we are very excited to see what invertebrates we can find.
If we look closely at this bramble leaf here, you can see a white squiggly line. This is the workings of a leaf miner moth caterpillar. The moth comes over and lays its egg on or inside the leaf, and the caterpillar hatches. It then feeds inside the leaf, and as it eats, it creates a tunnel behind it, and that's what you can see here, the white line that's left behind. Now, as you can imagine, these caterpillars are incredibly tiny in order to fit inside the leaf. They belong to a group of moths called the micro moths, and they're very small moths. Once the caterpillar has finished eating, it will form a cocoon, and it will emerge as a moth and fly away, ready for the life cycle to begin again. If you look closely, you can notice the trail gets wider, and this is because the caterpillar gets bigger as it eats its way through the leaf. The caterpillars of leaf miner moths leave different patterns on the leaves depending on their unique eating habits, and often you can identify which species of leaf miner moth it is by the trail they leave behind.
Here we have little piles of mud all over the soil surface, and these are created by earthworms. It's actually the worm's poo. They're called worm casts. Dead leaves are an earthworm's favourite food, and worms will come up to the surface and pull leaves down into their underground burrows, where they eat them. The worm breaks up all the leaves and recycles it.
And then, what comes out the other end is healthy soil or compost, which helps plants to grow.
Now, we might not see the worms themselves as they are living under the ground and don't come up to the surface that often. But the casts remind us that they are living under our feet and helping air and water to get into the soil, and also recycling all that dead waste.
From around September to November, you'll see these lovely greenish yellow flowers growing on the ivy around the cemetery. And it's really important because these flowers are a really vital source of nectar for lots of pollinators, including hoverflies, flies, butterflies and many bees as well. Up to 140 species of insects drink the nectar and collect pollen from ivy flowers, including overwintering queen bumblebees who rely heavily on this plant to get them through the winter. If you walk past some lovely mature ivy such as this plant here, which is just over the entrance to the catacombs, on a sunny autumn day, then you're likely to hear a lot of buzzing, a loud buzzing sound, just from the sheer number of pollinators that are feasting on the flowers.
The Brompton catacombs were built in 1842 to allow Victorians to visit the coffins and mourn their loved ones. They are underground tunnels built of stone, and as they are dark, damp environment, it makes for an ideal home for lots of interesting invertebrates. So let's see what we can find. Brilliant, so now we're in the catacombs, and one of the first invertebrates we've come across is a very small Rosy woodlouse, which is just up here next to me. Now, Rosy woodlouse are one of the smallest UK species, growing up to just 6 millimetres in length. And as their name suggests, they're not like our grey woodlouse that most of us are familiar with, but they're actually pink in colour. and they have an amazing orange double-striped band along their back, which is how you can tell that that's the Rosy woodlouse. And they're really small, and they prefer permanently damp places to live, so these catacombs are perfect.
Another of the invertebrates that we find down here in the catacombs is this lovely spider. Now, it belongs to the group called the comb-footed spiders, and they're also sometimes known as the tangle web spiders because of these beautiful webs that they build. And these webs are three-dimensional in space, and as you can see with this one, we've got two egg cases suspended in the middle. So it's likely a female that's built this one in the corner here. And they capture all sorts of prey in these tangle webs. Traditionally flies and woodlice, but we also spotted a really cool juicy millipede suspended in one along the tunnel in the catacombs too.
We've also found these curious looking spiders. This is a cellar spider with long thin legs, but it's been taken over by a fungus, a white fluffy fungus. This is a zombie fungus, and it takes over the spider's body and eats away at the spider while the spider is still alive. This may seem gruesome, but it's how the fungus spreads. So cellar spiders are affected by the fungus spores because the spiders and the fungus both live in dark, damp environments like this one. Although fungi aren't invertebrates, this shows that spiders and other mini-beasts play an important role in an ecosystem and help support other animals.
Thanks for watching our bug hunting in Brompton video today. Most of the species that we've come across today actually you are likely to find in your local green space too. So why not get out there and have a go? If you want some extra information on how to do bug hunts, then you can have a look at our website, on our Mission Invertebrate web pages, or check out our social media channels for more resources too.